Thank you for joining me for part 2 of my question and answer video I do every week. I'm answering questions from last week. Go down below and ask me anything you want and I'll answer them next week. I recommend things every week. I recommend something in part 1, but something I forgot to mention in part 1 that I want to mention here is something called Shane's Law Petition. It's something I recommend every couple weeks or so. I've been doing this for a couple years now. It's gaining traction, it's increasing, it's growing, and it may be a law someday soon. It's great, fantastic. It's to prevent this kind of public attacks, social attacks, smearing people, talking bad, gossip, all that crap that hurts people and affects their lives and their livelihood. Shane was a victim of this narcissistic smear campaign. Went on for years. I know other people that are suffering from smear campaigns for years. Yours truly. And it's sick, it's insidious, it's nasty, it's got to stop, and it's deteriorating society. It's becoming more accepted, and it's just gross, isn't it? To just talk bad about people and say, oh, my opinion matters, and then let me form your opinion for you so that you hate people and go attack them and do bad things to them. That happened to Shane, and Shane killed himself. There's no help for Shane. Nothing. Just like there isn't much help for you now. But there can be, and if you go and follow the link down below to Shane's Law Petition and just sign it, it's a step in that direction. Thank you for your support. Try to ask other narcissistic channels to support it as well. Okay? If you can, all the other narcissist channels that you watch, I don't see a reason why every single narcissist channel wouldn't support Shane's Law. Thank you. All right, let's get started. First question in part 2 is from Clover Sale. And please, guys, tell us your locations. I really like to know where you guys are at in the world. And so does everybody watching, okay? So please try to remember to tell us where you are at. Thank you. I have a question. If the narcissist contacts me again, should I tell him that I moved out of state and can't see him again? Which is true. Or is it better to just not respond at all? I mean, you do what you want. It's hard for me to tell people what to do. I don't like that. I definitely hate you should. That's an awful thing to start anything with you should. And focusing on what you do, it doesn't matter, only how you feel about it. So it's your choice on what you decide to do. And I don't know the context, and I don't know how bad this has been going. I don't know what they do to you. I don't know what they did to you. I don't know the person. I don't know if they're so unstable they might do something to you. I don't know if you're scared for your life. I don't know anything. Just, should I tell someone I'm moving out of state? I don't know. If you don't want anything to do with him, why would you tell him anything? If this is someone who abused you and you don't like and you don't want to know anymore, do they really need to know more information about you and what you're doing and why? No. If the narcissist contacts me again, should I tell him, well, why don't you just wait till he contacts you again and then just ignore it? You know, showing somebody that you don't respond to them really lets them know that you don't care about them, you don't want them anymore, you don't need them anymore. That's a good message to send somebody who may have exploited you in some way. Yeah. But the more conversation you have with somebody who's obsessed, who stalks you or hurts you or smears you or anything like that is not a good idea. You don't owe them anything, you only owe yourself. So think about not doing anything, and how are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? Is that all right with you? Does that sit well with you? Because it's your choice to make. I might do that, but you're not me. Okay? It's all about how you feel. It's not so much more, it's not so important what you do. So it really doesn't matter what you tell them or tell them nothing. It matters how you feel about it. So that's why it's hard. You can't really answer questions for other people like that. Thanks. Sorry I can't help you more than that, but just keep asking me more questions if you have them. Thanks. Okay, Shaik. If you could, Shaik, if you could just write your questions out normally, like all the way across the page and not have so many spaces, because your one question is 6 pages long when it could be 1 page. Yeah, I don't know why. You have entire lines that are 1 word. You're like going, and if I don't want to do this, like I don't know why can we not do that? Because I have 6 pages and it's not easy to do this. But thanks. Hi David, I'm Fahad from India. Hello Fahad. I don't have a question. I just got up from another nightmare. I want to share it. I just want to share it. And I want you to hear what you think about it. You told me I should focus more on how I felt. So here goes. Yes. I wouldn't try to dissect dreams and nightmares so much. People tend to do that. And I think what's important is just how you felt. Some feelings I have. I was totally scared of losing somebody, or totally scared of this happening. I think that's what's more important, how you felt. So here goes. Basically, this is how I felt in the nightmare. First, I understood. It's always my dad. Every single nightmare, ever since I've left my home for 1 year and 3 months. And I'm not kidding. My dad is a very overt borderline. He has no sense of self, no sense of worth, suicidal ideation. Next page. He's unhealed from his childhood trauma and constantly talks about it. He goes from normal to crazy in a millisecond, and it's impossible to predict this. Very, very filled with shame and self-critical. No empathy at all, but does feel shame, some shred of empathy, but it's always after he's already screwed. His beliefs and values don't exist. He changes constantly. He doesn't have a personality, to be frank. The list goes on and on. Definitely sounds like borderline. Anyways, back to my dream. Firstly, I was scared he will touch me inappropriately. He has done this multiple times in my life. He just used to touch me and I used to hate it. Then me and him were on a call. And he started going on about some volume thing with the TV. It was not a big issue, but he went 0 to 100. Started saying, I don't care if he lives or dies. At this time, I feared for his life. I feared for my life. In the dream itself, I realized my dad is borderline. I told myself, all this is drama. He's doing just for attention. I didn't give him the attention he was seeking for. I told myself, I can't give him what he wants because then he'll do it again. I just did something like Grey Rock. Said, okay, okay, and didn't bother and cut the call. After that, I woke up. Now, you told me I should worry more about how I felt in the dream. So the feelings were of fear of uncertainty. First fear was that he will sexually molest me or something. He has done this my whole life, so I didn't want him to do it. Next page. Second fear was, what if he kills himself? What if he kills me? This fear came to my mind multiple times. This guy is a total drama queen. Anyways, what I've decided after I woke up is, from now on, I'm keeping my distance from him. I won't label him as bad. I won't judge him. I won't even diagnose him as borderline. All I will do is keep my distance from him because I've been getting nightmares about him. And he has abused me, manipulated me, made me feel uncertain and unsafe, never respected my privacy, controlled me, list goes on and on. So due to these reasons, he's out. Next page. I'm a person that values empathy, love, understanding, honesty, caring, etc. He does not share the same values and morals, so he's out. And as far as the damage he's done throughout the years, the damage my mom has done, it's okay. From now on, I will understand what has happened and just focus on how I feel about it. I'm on my own. I am responsible for taking care of my emotional needs. Good. That was it. And horrible. I'm so awfully sorry. What a just awful thing. You grew up with your dad molesting you. You can't be around him, and I'm sorry, that's just an opinion, and I don't like to say that very much to people, but yeah, he shouldn't be anywhere near you ever again. Never. He doesn't get to. He doesn't get to have children, a nice family, people that care about him in his life. No. This guy's a monster. He's sick. He's sick as shit. And I'm so sorry, and you shouldn't be anywhere near him. Or your mom. If your mom has anything to do with him, her too. Just sick. Just sick. I'm so sorry, and you need to heal from this big time. And you need to talk and talk and talk all the time. Tell the story as many times as you can until you don't need to or want to anymore. The nightmares you had, I think it's real obvious, a real loss of control, isn't it? Your dad's unstableness is horrific. It makes you feel totally scared, out of control, unsure about everything. Makes total sense. Absolutely. We need to start being in control of our lives. I mean, a video came out yesterday about taking control and power back from our parents to be able to keep them in our lives, even if they abused us, neglected us, and never apologized or addressed it. How do we keep them in your lives? I don't think there's a way to keep people like this in your lives. I don't see the advantage of it. People that molest little children and molest your own children, it's just, I don't understand that very much. I can't, it's hard to understand. It really is. It's hard to, it's an odd thing. All I can do is just tell you, I'm so sorry. Keep them out of your life. Your dreams to me seem just like what you said. You're not in control. And so we need to find this control and totally start taking, like you said, you're taking care of yourself, meeting your emotional needs. Great. Let's try to feel better about the past, okay? And let's stay away from them. Tell them goodbye. Do it for a short time is my recommendation. If you haven't already, tell them I can't talk to you for a couple months or something. 6 months. Go 6 months. See if you want to talk to them anymore after that. I bet you won't. Not pedophilias. Not people who raped you your whole life. I doubt it. Just takes some time away from people like this, and you don't want them anymore. You don't see them anymore. You realize you don't need them anymore. Oh, so sad, Fahad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You take all the time necessary to heal from that because you're worth it, okay? However long it takes, you just keep doing it, okay? Good luck. Thank you. Next question is from Charlene. Hi, Charlene. I don't know where you're from. Please tell us your locations, guys. Thanks. I need to know if I'm in danger. I feel like I am. That's all that matters. Okay? You don't need to ask me if you're in danger, because all I'm going to do is ask you, do you feel like you're in danger? And you've already said yes. That is enough. Feelings are enough. Already I can tell. Narcissistic parenting. Narcissistic parenting where you always felt like you're never enough. My feelings aren't enough. What I want isn't enough. Just saying no isn't enough. The fact that it hurts me isn't enough. Nothing's enough. They didn't help you with your autonomy. I'm so sorry. I feel like, or you say, I've been in the discard phase for 3 years. He's in a cycle of hoovering, discarding, hoovering, discarding. He won't stay away from me. I called the police and his parole officer. I've never done that before. I was too afraid of what he might do or have done to me or my son. I couldn't take any more of him popping up and creating chaos and provoking fights with me, harassing me for sex and just taking over my house or refusing to leave. When he finds out that I contacted the police and parole, will it send him into a rage to the point that he may hurt or harm me or kill me? Oh, I'm so sorry. How would I know what he'll do? I don't know him. You don't even know. You're saying you don't know what he'll do. How would I know? We can't think like that. You've got to make it stop. You can't live under fear, right? The fact that you're scared that he might try to harm you or kill you doesn't mean that you let it continue. Time to make a stand, one way or another. Document every little thing that happens, every communication, every attempt he makes to contact you. Write down how it feels. Go file police reports. Okay? Start logging this stuff by police reports at your local county courthouse. File reports. That doesn't do anything to him, but it starts to show a pattern, a case here. You can get a lawyer. A lawyer will help you do this. Always. Any legal matters, lawyers help you. You might be able to get a restraining order. If a court will allow you to have a restraining order, get one. You may benefit from moving. I don't know where you are, but a lot of states in America, once someone's been in your house, they've already stayed at your house, they can come back anytime they want. And they'll come in your house and the police can't even make them leave. You have to go through eviction process and stuff like this. If you move and you have a letter write him, a lawyer say, don't you ever contact me again, and he shows up at your house, that's not okay. That's illegal. You start saying you're afraid for your life, and he starts contacting you more and more. Now you could probably get a restraining order, okay? We need to document these things. You need to file police reports. You need to, if you can, I would contact a lawyer who can help you with these matters better than I can, because these are legal matters. I'm not a lawyer, okay? See a professional, and literally see a professional, Charlene. I hope you are. Hope you're talking to somebody on a regular basis about this stuff to help you. You need it, okay? Good luck. I'm so sorry what you're going through. I hope that helps. If not, please keep asking more questions, okay? Charlie. Can't remember where you're from. Please tell us your locations, everyone. And I'm sorry I don't remember your guys' locations. Maybe I should start trying to do that more, huh? You told me at 9 minutes and 30 seconds, you said very true. And a good point. I will counter-argue, though, for those that just don't have the time, our jobs demand a lot. So online dating is the only real alternative. Not true. Not true. You're black and white thinking, okay? It's either this or it's that. And I don't know much in life that's like that. Especially dating is not like that. We either are single and alone or we go on dating sites. Nope. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you work. There's got to be more options than those two. Dating sites are awful. That's where people go with big voids to fill and don't know how to date. They go on dating sites. I know you guys are like, well, I go on dating sites. And you have major relationship problems in your life. That's why you're watching this video. You said, I wish it was different. It's not about completing you. Just, okay. Number one, there's nobody at work that's dateable. We don't date people at work. It's not dateable or not. You don't date people at work. You don't even try to make friends with people at work. You make money at work. Keep those separated. That's not your social life. That's not your identity. It's not who you are. We go to work and then we leave work and then we have our social life, okay? I don't know how much. It sounds like you're working 100-something hours a week. I've worked over 90 a week and still had a social life. I know it's possible, okay? I really did. I used to work over 90 hours a week for years. I would not have a day off sometime for months or a year. And I had a social life. I still dated, okay? So you can. And I've never been on a dating site. Never. And I didn't date people at work. You're splitting. Okay? You said number two, your friends are all married, so you can't meet potential spouses the normal way. I don't understand that either. Help me understand that. Because your friends are married, you can't meet a potential spouse? I don't understand. You mean you don't have your friends with you riding shotgun and go meet women? I think that's what you're saying? I don't know. I'm just guessing. I advocate, at least for men and women, you say, go your own way. Invest in hobbies, career, etc. before getting back into a relationship. Part of healing as well. Just take a time out from dating and focus on yourself. Beautiful advice. You don't have to go on dating sites. Okay? Thanks. Jolina. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Is pathological jealousy common with people with narcissistic personality disorder? Absolutely. Absolutely. Narcissists are either envious of people or believe people are envious of them or both. All the time. All the time. They don't have a sense of self. They're totally ashamed of who they are. They hate themselves. Okay? And they have no confidence. Real confidence. It's just ego. I'm so important. They just say it. Backed by nothing. Jealousy. Now, envy is I want what you have, or they believe people want what they have because I'm so amazing. Jealousy is afraid of losing something, okay? If they're not secure, which they are not, if they don't have confidence, which they don't, if they don't love themselves, which they hate themselves, then of course they're afraid to lose people. You're gonna see what I think of myself eventually. That's why they don't be vulnerable. That's why they're closed up, never tell you the truth. Because the truth opened up, you'll see me and it's gross. You'll leave me. That's why they think people will leave them all the time. And that's what jealousy is. I'm afraid of losing what I have. So absolutely, yes, to your question. Thank you. Vanessa. Don't know where you're from. Would love to know where you're from. Locations, locations, locations. All the time, locations. Why did my ex-narc text and ghost? It's driving me crazy. I shouldn't have responded to him. He is so confusing. I'm glad you know that you know what to do next time. Right? People that are texting you and then ghosting you, we don't need to respond. Yeah? You asked me, why did someone you know text and ghost? Like I always say, I don't know them. I don't know what people do or why. But I can guess. I can guess like a general, why do people ghost? And it's just poor communication. That's all it is. Ghost. They don't know how to communicate well. And some people don't want to hurt your feelings. Some people don't care about your feelings and don't even want to deal with it. They don't give a crap about giving you closure, things like this, explanations, telling you the truth, helping you understand them and stuff. They don't care. Or they don't know how to communicate it. The narcissists are full of shame, just shame-driven animals. They are. And that makes them feel like they're not good enough for you. Borderlines, maybe they're a borderline, and they will leave you all the time. They will abandon you. They're afraid of abandonment. They have no self. They hate who they are, or whatever little self they think they have, they hate, and they think you will too. You're destined to leave them. I don't know really how to answer that anymore because I don't know this actual person to actually tell you specifically why they did this. I don't know, okay? But please keep asking me more questions if you can, or give me more information so I can help answer that better. Thanks. One Love. I don't know where you're from. Again, please, locations. I don't think anyone's telling me locations this week. I don't know how else to do it. Locations, please. Tell us where you're from. One Love says, I'm so scared and angry and anxious all the time. I'm not afraid of him, but I'm afraid of what he may force me to do. He stalks me and watches me. I never know what he's driving or when and where he may show up. He's evil and spiteful, and even more so when I resist him or try to fight back and stand up for myself. What can I do to keep him away and me safe? Please go back just a couple questions back. I just answered it perfectly. Document everything. File police reports. Do not communicate with him. Stop defending yourself and explaining yourself and sticking up for yourself. No. How many times do you tell someone to leave you alone? Leave me alone. 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 It's not working. I'm not a bad person. No, I'm not. It's your fault. No, you did that, not me. I mean, let's argue with the village idiot, right? Let's get into a big hot debate with the town drunk. Yeah, arguing with stupid doesn't work. You told, what else could you possibly tell him, right? Yeah. Document everything, go file police reports, get a lawyer. Stop communicating with him, period. Take extreme measures. I have people that tell me that so-and-so are following them and they can't take it and they're stalking them and this, that, and I'll say, get rid of your social media. They go, oh no. Get rid of your email. Nope. Change your phone number. Nope. Okay. Go like this. And hold your breath. Close your eyes. People ask me for so much advice and I give it and they don't take it. Because I know what they want me to tell them, you know, just one little, yeah, go buy this thing at the store. It's $5, done. Throw it up in there and it's whatever you want. Thank you. Good luck. It's awful. I'm sorry. Alexandra. Hello. I have to say that I love your point of view about relationship coaches that teach men and women to play games. How to send the perfect text message to get their attention, or what to say on the first date. Never text him or her after the first date. Isn't that just crap? Or how to get people back in your lives that don't want anything to do with you. Oh God, dude, is that just pathetic? Someone wants nothing to do with you and you're going to take all these measures to get them back in your life. Then what? They don't want to be with you. But at least they're in your car with you, right? And they're, okay. Yep, they're there. I have them back in my life now. I mean, geez, very big underlying issues going on that need to be fixed. My question is, why don't you do a video about this? Why don't you record a video where you explain to your audience that many men and women have lessons to seduce and attract people through their online profiles? Last year we reported that Australians lost over $28.6 million and Americans $201 million in online romance scams. Take care of yourself, handsome teacher. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, bad, huh? Jesus. I didn't know it was that bad. Hundreds of millions of dollars in every country by these scams. There are so many love scams on the internet. Oh my God. I've seen them all. I know people that have been scammed so hard and they thought that they're in contact, you know, with some woman in Russia, stuff like this, Asian women and men believing, or women believing they have men too over there, just wanting to be with them and all this. Please send me money so I can come visit you and stuff. Oh man, it's awful. But your question, why don't I record a video where I explain to the audience that many men and women have lessons to seduce and attract people through their online profiles? Yeah, you know what, Alexandra, can you, on this video down below, can you be more specific, actually? I wouldn't mind doing a video, whatever you're asking me to do, I'll do it, but be more specific, could you? Do you mean just tell people some ways that people are manipulating? I guess I could do that, but then I'd have to go watch them. Then I have to go watch these pigs' videos talk about how to manipulate people. Now, all they're doing is how to be a better narcissist, right? That's all they're doing, how to be a narcissist. I swear. Yeah, just be more specific, and I'd love to do a video that you asked me to do, Alexandra. I take requests all the time. Thank you. Jenna from Southampton, England. Thank you. Your videos are so helpful to me. Just hearing there is hope for fixing my mind. I'm 34. I had sexual abuse from my dad as a small child. I'm so sorry. Mum was an alcoholic and abusive. I'm very sorry. I had a breakdown around 12 years ago. It all came to a head when my husband was secretly looking at pornography. This was a trigger, I think. Since then, my memory is awful. Is this linked to childhood or... Please help. Is this ever linked? Of course. I don't know what you're experiencing is linked, but probably. It's real simple, Jenna. What does it sound like when I ask you about your childhood? If you're sitting right in front of me and I said, Jenna, can we talk about your childhood? Start telling me about your childhood, can you? Does that already raise some anxiety, some fear, some uncomfortableness? Does it make you feel dirty or gross or scared or, you know? What kind of feelings do you get? Because people don't feel that way normally about their childhood. Even most people have been abused a little or neglected, they usually don't feel that bad about their childhood. If it still feels bad, you need to heal more. You asking me probably means that, right? Pornography in the marriage. It's an individual thing, isn't it? I mean, some couples like pornography and watch it together. Some don't mind if the other does, but this is a big deal for you. And that's who you are, Jenna. And the person that you're with needs to respect that, whether they like it or not. If they love pornography and they can't be without it in your marriage or your relationship or marriage, then it's not going to work, is it? Is it? That's a standard of yours, and you can't compromise that if that's how you feel. That's who you are. Okay, Jenna? You don't need to be somebody else. You need to be yourself. And that's what Jenna likes, and that's what Jenna doesn't like. And I'm really sorry that it happened to you. I'm really sorry you've experienced this. It's a preference thing, and you are worthy of having the person that you want in your life, okay? Could it be linked? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, what I would do is start asking you more and more and more is how this really felt. What was actually going on? What were some of your fears? Maybe you could write down some of the fears that you had right when you saw him looking at pornography. What are some of the general fears you have about your husband? Him leaving you for other women? You know, people look at sex differently, don't they? Right? And there's people, I say there's one of two people, and people either care who you are and how you feel, or they care about what you are, how you look like, and what you do. Okay? A father that rapes their child doesn't care about how people feel or who they are. They care about what a person is, like an object. Okay? That's your father. You may have married your father. So that would be one thing that I would do if you're my client, is we start talking about your marriage and your husband and what kind of a person is this, and this is the person you really want to be married to. Is that the only problem? The pornography. And then, is he willing to stop? Is he apologetic? Can he reassure you? Does he make you feel secure? These are big questions you need to answer about your marriage, Jenna. Do you feel secure? If I read emotional needs, do you feel secure? Do you have autonomy? Do you have privacy? Do you guys emotionally connect? You may not know. You may need to ask somebody. Talk about that. Professional. Do you have a life outside of this marriage? Do you have friends? Are you intimate with them? Do you have social groups? Do you have status in these social groups? These are emotional needs of yours, Jenna, and they need to be met in your life and in all your relationships, especially your marriage. Okay? Do you feel emotionally secure with your husband? If not, there is a huge problem. It needs to be addressed and fixed immediately. Okay? And I'm saying that's a problem. That's a problem of both of yours. It's your marriage. Okay? Don't let him just put that on you. Thanks. I'm sorry. Keep asking me questions, okay? This is the last one. My name is Chris from Maryland. I'd like to thank you for your channel and all your videos. Thank you. I have a question. What do we do if we have a lot of the same coworkers and friends that they have fooled into believing that I am an abusive person and made her unhappy? That I am the crazy one. I think she's a covert narcissist because she always played the victim and was passive aggressive, gave me the silent treatment, spun lies to everyone and even cheated on me, and everyone is on her side. They think I'm just an abusive man now, when in reality she physically attacked me and emotionally abused me. Silent treatment, insults, gaslighting. One moment she told me she loved me, then the next she kept, okay. In hindsight, I don't think I could have been any more calm or understanding. This is awful. Awful, Chris. It really is. I'm so sorry, because what I'm going to tell you, you're not going to like. You're not. And I'm going to tell you, Chris, who cares? You can't change people's opinions of you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't buy them. It sucks. You're with the wrong person. You made a huge mistake and now you're paying for it, Chris. I'm very, very sorry. You know who you are, I hope. And nobody else can argue that. You say that this is you, then that's who you are. And if people don't agree, they don't know you, Chris. They don't know who you are. These coworkers obviously don't know who you are. And they don't care. And they don't care how you feel. That's the truth. They don't know you, and they don't care. They aren't just wrong. We don't judge people. We don't listen to that crap. I don't know why your coworkers would listen to her crap. That's just sick. That's just sick. Healthier people wouldn't buy into this. If they're healthy, then they don't believe it. If they told you they believe it and screw you, they're not healthy. I'm sorry, but we don't do that. Okay? We don't judge. People have bad relationships. I don't get involved in the middle of them. It's just gross. It's just great. It's all gross. It's all unhealthy. I told you you're not going to like my answer. You just keep being you, Chris, because your coworkers are not your friends. They're not your families, and if they are, then you made another mistake. We go to work to make money, and then we have a social life. So our work life isn't a big deal. We don't care. If you don't have a social life, it starts to seep into your work life and cause problems like this. Okay? Maybe get another job if it bothers you that much, Chris. I'm sure, and I'm sorry. It's awful. I'm really sorry. I can't imagine what that's like. I've been in similar situations where everyone believed lies that someone told about me. It's a horrible feeling. It really is. I'm really sorry. My heart goes out to you. Take some control, Chris, and start reframing these things and maybe consider getting a new job. But don't sit there and start defending yourself, okay? I hope you don't do that. That's it, guys. Thank you. Chris, keep asking me more questions if you have them. And all of you, keep asking me more questions. If you could help me, subscribe to my channel, please. Please vote. Please comment. Put this in a playlist. Send it to people who need it, and you might save someone's life. Yeah, anybody who needs coaching, daviddemars.com. Love yourself first, and I'll see you next week.